Welcome to the I Want to Be Happy podcast. I would love to introduce you to our host, Vikki and Nate of the Mindset Team, who will guide you on the path to discovering your emotional intelligence and celebrate your accomplishments. Please grab yourself a warm beverage, get comfy, and join the conversation. Now, to your host, Vikki and Nate.
Good morning, Vikki.
Hi, Nate. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm superb.
So, I hear you wanted to start a podcast.
I did.
What got us into this boat?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, I'm very excited about it, but I'm also very nervous because I have no idea what this is going to be like.
Nope, me neither, but we'll figure it out together.
We will. But I got to thinking about it, and people tend to make things very complicated. Mm-hmm. The news is complicated. Their lives are complicated. Their relationships and so forth.
Feelings are complicated.
Oh, feelings are terribly complicated. And people just don't know. And it used to be the old radio shows. You'd sit in your living room, you'd relax, and you'd listen to a story, or you'd listen to some advice, or you'd listen to something. And they made it simple.
They took one idea, broke it down, talked about it from different sides to where once you listen to that, it just made sense.
Exactly right. And it made it so easy and so simple.
And that's what you hope to do.
That's what I hope to do.
With all of your experience as a mindset team person, having done this since 1988, being an expert in people, their emotions, their lives, their stories, and how to help them get what they want, you feel qualified to maybe offer some advice.
I do. And the thing is that right, wrong, or indifferent, it's going to be something that people understand. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be, anything difficult. It's not going to be like go out and dig a ditch.
Ditches aren't that difficult.
Well, maybe not for you, but for me.
The point is it's going to be easy listening. It'll be relaxing. It'll be fun. You'll walk away empowered, feeling pretty darn good and knowledgeable and more empowered in your own life.
That's true.
So that's a good thing. That's kind of what we're setting out to do.
Yeah.
So in a perfect world, Vikki, what do you hope to accomplish by having a podcast?
I want one person. If I can get just one person to comment on it that says, hey, you helped me. I want to feel like the guy on It's a Wonderful Life. Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Stewart's character.
I want to feel like him because I don't think people, and including myself, don't know what we've done to touch the world.
Oh, and what contributions everybody really makes.
Exactly right.
You can see it sometimes in other people and say, wow, that person helped me. But how many people actually go through and recognize on their own and at the end of the night going to bed saying, wow, I made a difference today.
Right. And I want to know that I made a difference or somebody else that I know made a difference to somebody else.
And we're going to tell stories about people that you have touched, and not just stories about them. It'll be in their own words.
It will be.
We will have guests that we have worked with, some of them for a short while, some of them for a very long while.
But not only how I've touched their life, but how they've touched mine.
Mm-hmm. Well, and what they've done to accomplish in their own lives and how they've done it. And now what difference they're making in other people's lives.
Exactly right.
So by pointing it out and showing just how awesome regular people are and the differences they're making and normalizing being grateful for their contributions and yours and mine
and ours
and our listeners' contributions.
That's right.
It makes it more real to see that we're important and that we matter and that you matter. And just by waking up in the morning and doing something positive for yourself or for somebody else, you make a difference.
Exactly right.
And that's huge. And
that's what I want.
We struggle so much culturally right now, trying to keep up, trying to do more, worrying about our money and our jobs and our relationships and all those things. But to get back to your point about the simple things, if we're just grateful for the fact that we can stand up and breathe. I can breathe today. That's pretty awesome.
That's huge.
I get to record this today. That's pretty cool.
I know that's pretty cool.
We get to talk to some really incredible people coming up, and I get to know them. And I usually do the behind the scenes things at the business and in IT and scheduling and whatnot. But to actually get to know the people that you and our practitioners get to work with regularly, this is really cool stuff for me and for our listeners too.
I hope so. I hope that we have a lot of fun on this podcast.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
We are.
And we're going to celebrate all the little stuff and the big stuff. And at the same time, we'll walk away feeling a little bit more knowledgeable, hopefully more grateful for your own life and recognizing your contribution to the world because you matter.
You do.
That's not the kind of thing that we spend a lot of time in school talking about, or certainly as adults, other than you earn a paycheck for the company or whatever else. But the fact is, you matter in the really important ways.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we hope to do and explore and learn and teach and help grow in other people is this kind of thing that has been, Vikki, your life mission since the get-go.
It has been one life at a time, one person at a time. So I'm excited, but nervous. So here we go.
That's it. We're going to launch this podcast here shortly. We hope to broadcast bi-weekly and share as many stories as we possibly can, as much education as we possibly can, and everything in between.
Please send in your comments, whether you like it, you don't like it, whatever it is. I want to hear those comments.
This one of our inspirations was to have this be a call-in radio show and to talk to as many people as possible, because
we'll work on that.
We can talk all day long ourselves, but somebody's going to ask a question. You might have a question that will benefit lots of people to hear the answer. So the more people involved, the better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Vikki. This was cool.
This was. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the I Want to Be Happy podcast. We can't wait for the next time. But until then, please feel free to reach out to Vikki and Nate to keep the conversation going. Remember to visit our website at themindsetteam.com to sign up for our newsletter. Have a magical day.